Hello, hello, and welcome to Leading Up, where we talk about how to get you to the next level in leadership and in life. We are all leaders with our businesses, with our families, and in our communities. We are also leaders of our own lives. Today, we're here to talk about how to speak up and become more confident. Seriously, can anything be more important for leadership? So many people struggle with speaking up. So many people struggle with their confidence. We are here to move the needle today, and I'm so glad you're here with me. This is Leading Up. One of the main things that you need to understand when it comes to your confidence is that you are dealing with external versus internal validation. What does that mean? It means that anything that is internal validation means that you validate yourself. You feel good about what you're doing. You stand behind your choices. You tell yourself that you are doing a great job. Versus external validation, which basically means that you seek the approval of other people. In today's world, that may mean that you seek likes or that you just seek compliments from other people or other people in your life telling you that you're doing a great job. So if you think about it this way, when you're dealing with external validation versus internal validation, leadership is about giving up on the place of external validation in your life. Yes, it's wonderful when other people tell you that you're doing amazing. Yes, it's fun to get the likes. Yes, it's great to get compliments, but this is the gravy. Leadership is about you taking charge and relying on your internal validation, knowing that you did your best, knowing that you made the right choices, and knowing that even if you made a mistake, you are standing behind it. You don't need the approval of other people.
Belief doesn't just happen because you hang something up on a wall. All right? Comes from in here, and up here, down here. Only problem is we all got so much junk floating through us. A lot of times we end up getting in our own way. Oh man, to believe in yourself, to believe in one another, man, that's fundamental to being alive. And look, hey, if you can do that, if each of you can truly do that, can't nobody rip that apart.
So now that we talked about external and internal validation, let's think about where is it coming from? Why do we need the approval of other people? Why can't we just work with internal validation and just rely on our own? So the need for the approval of other people comes from the evolution of mankind, because in the past, people lived in groups, and your ability to be accepted by the group meant that you survived, meant that you're a part of the group, which is a part of your survival. Fast forward to today's world, people still have the tendency to seek the approval of others. It's the way the brain works, because we want to be accepted. And in our minds, in the back of our minds, that means that if we have the approval of others, that means that we are safe, that we are good for survival purposes. But that's not how it works. It actually works the other way around today. The more you depend as a leader on the approval of others, the more limited you are in your ability to make the right decisions that you believe in for yourself. Relying on external validation, relying on the opinions of others, and more than that, on the approval of others, will weaken you as a leader. So how do you do that? How do you become confident to the point that you know that you rely on yourself first and foremost and don't rely all the time on external validation, on the opinions, the likes, the approval of other people around you? Good question, right? One of the things you need to give up on as you're becoming a leader, as you're becoming a more powerful leader, is people pleasing. And people pleasing is that seeking of external validation that we spoke about. So how do you know if you're a people pleaser? Here are some things you need to keep in mind. Number one, you constantly seek the validation of other people and their approval. Number two, you constantly apologize for things, even though it's really not your fault. It's not related to you. That apology was not really necessary. Number three, you are quick to agree and conform. Somebody tells you something and you say, oh yeah, I definitely agree with that. And then you explain to them why you agree. Hold on. Do you actually agree, or are you just people pleasing? Are you just very quick to agree and conform in order to gain the approval, the likes, the sympathy, the support of the other person? Number four, you struggle with authenticity, which means that you say and do things in order to gain the approval of other people where this is not authentic. It's not what you actually think. It's not how you actually feel. And it gives you that sense of anxiety inside where you feel that there's a gap between what you say and how you actually feel, what you actually think. So you struggle with authenticity. Number five, you give too much. So this is a situation where you're going the extra mile for so many people and you're giving 150% in every aspect of your life, and then you get burned out, but you're back to giving and giving and giving. Why are you giving and giving and giving 150%? Because you want the approval. You want to guarantee the sympathy, love, support, companionship, partnership of the other person, and you feel that you are doing that by pleasing them, by going way above and beyond, by giving 150%, even though you may not have that time or energy. Number six, you have a hard time dealing with conflicts and disagreements because all you want to do is just please the other person. So if there's a conflict, if there's a disagreement, you feel threatened and you'll either cave in or get completely overwhelmed. It's very hard for you to even bear the thought that you disagree with the other person and that they may not be happy with you. The most important thing you need to do in order to step up your leadership, lead up, right, in business and life, is to let go of the fear of being disliked. Learn to first and foremost like yourself. If somebody's unhappy with you, if somebody doesn't agree with you, if somebody doesn't like what you do, that's fine. You don't have to be liked. This is not a popularity contest, right? Leadership is not a popularity contest. It's about doing what you think is right despite the disapproval of some people and the fact that some people may not be happy with you. But you rely on your intrinsic, internal validation. You rely first and foremost on yourself, which is what leadership is all about. When it comes to confidence, I get a lot of questions. I picked just a few for you. Here is one. Hi, Dr. Michelle. I'm a total pushover. While I am in a leadership position, I find that I am overdoing, overgiving, and a lot of times avoid confrontations with people. How do I shift from that mindset? Just you asking that question alone is already a step in the right direction. A lot of times people that please other people do it on autopilot. They don't even realize that they do that. Pausing to think and saying to yourself, hold on, wait a minute, I'm people pleasing. Why am I people pleasing? It's already a step in the right direction. You need to realize that you are operating out of a place of fear. And my advice to you is do it one time. Do it one time and just do what's in your gut one time, and don't let the fear of people pleasing and getting the approval of other people control your choices as a leader. And you know what's going to happen? I got news for you. Nothing. Nobody's going to stop supporting you, and nobody's going to have a problem with you, and your business will not collapse and your career will not be destroyed. It may be unpleasant for a minute, but when you discover after trying one time that the world does not collapse and nothing bad happens, you will gain the courage to do it again and again and then again. Here's another question here about confidence. Dear Dr. Michelle, I'm an engineer and just got promoted to a leadership position. I'm so excited, but also a little terrified. What's the best advice that you have for me? So if you got promoted to a leadership position, and I hear this a lot, people who are amazing in their field and then need to get a whole new set of skills, right? To lead people extends above and beyond the professional tools that you have at this point. I'd say this: take it as a project. Understand that the skills that you've had so far that brought you to this place are not the same set of skills that you need right now. Educate yourself. As far as soft skills for leaders, seek the knowledge, read the articles, listen to the podcast, and collect those tools. The more you know, the more you'll have tools to work with, the more confident you'll become over time. The reason why you feel a little terrified right now is that you just don't know how to do this. So you need to get that mental clarity by getting that information, getting those tools, and incorporating them into your day-to-day leadership. Another great question I got here. Hi, Dr. Michelle. What's the best advice you can give to a young female leader like me in a male-dominated industry where most of the people I lead are older than me and remind me at any opportunity that they have been doing this since I was a child? It makes me freeze and makes me upset. What do I do? I understand the challenge, and I hear this quite often, and here is my message to you. No matter what these people say, you do what you think is right. If you let the people around you, the people that you lead, insert doubt into your mind by basically telling you, what they're basically telling you is that they know better than you and you're not qualified, then you are not in a leadership position, not just in terms of the definition of your role, but in what you claim to yourself. It doesn't matter how old you are, and it definitely doesn't matter what gender you are. If those people don't respect you, you will gain that respect in the way you carry yourself, which means that you're not going to let that shake you. You are going to create a strategy and you are going to lead no matter what. Keep your head high. You're in a leadership position. Act like a leader. Today at Leading Up, we talked about speaking up and boosting your confidence, a super important skill for leaders. I'm so glad you were here with me. We'll get more confident together. We'll get the tools together. Leadership is a process of becoming. This is Leading Up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to keep up with all the new videos. Also, click on the link to watch another video.